I'd like to talk about grooming injuries.
Injuries. Ugh, I think it's one of those things that just like makes you grab your bits. You
It
just
really
think,
does.
ugh.
So I apologise that if, when listening to this, your legs cross or you kind of do what I'm doing now is like a bit of a kneel down, like I feel strange. But I asked people in the Toni and Ryan Facebook group, can you share a grooming mishap? That's what I want to hear about. Now, Erin, she says, I burned myself trying to do a DIY bikini wax, and because of the location of the burn, I couldn't wear underwear for a whole week because it was so painful.
Oh,
so I had to go without. Alex, she made her now husband do the work because, again, during COVID, lockdowns, business closes, sometimes you got to improvise.
I'd let Torbs do that for me. I'd ask him.
Would he do it?
I think so.
Interesting.
Oh, would you do it for Bridget?
Let me just read this next line. I think this is why I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
We screamed at each other for an hour and barely finished the ordeal within that time.
Oh, actually, that's yeah.
Yeah, and I just think like, hey, would I be willing? I guess.
Yeah.
But I just think, oh, it hurts. Don't do it like that. I'm trying to help. Don't yell at me. This isn't my, like, there would just be drama. So Alex made her husband do it and they were screaming at each other. And of course, once you started, you can't stop.
And the longer you leave the wax on, the more it hurts to rip it off.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Alex, very aware of that scenario.
Oh.
The next morning,
fuck no.
I woke up and my entire region was covered in a dark purple bruise. Much like our studio. This is what Alex's vagina looked like, our studio.
Like a plum.
Like a plum. It stayed purple for about 9 or 10 days. And then the purple, and it's not the exact colour, but you'll understand when I say it went from that purple to that kind of
yellowy,
yellow.
Yeah, like when a bruise is healing. Yeah.
So that dark yellow, like almost like a mustard.
Yeah.
And she said that stayed as a mustard colour and a yellow colour for about another 2 weeks after that.
Oh, that poor thing.
And for the whole 2 weeks of the yellowness, because of the colour, her and her partner described it as the Simpsons minge.
Why didn't they say Minchsons? Lost opportunity there.
Minchins.
Wax my fanny.
All right, Billy. Billy says, I didn't like my chest hair when I was younger, so I used Nair to remove it. Oh. He covered his whole chest, including his nipples, in the Nair all over his chest.
Like the hair removal cream?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
And he said, because I had never used it before, you don't really know how much to apply, how much is too much, how much is not enough. So he's like smeared his whole chest, including his nipples, in the Nair. And he said before too long, they were burning.
It would have stung so badly.
And he said not just hot, just like excruciating. The pain lasted all day and was so intense. I genuinely, and this line sends shivers through me. I genuinely considered cutting my nipples off because I thought that would have been less painful than what I was experiencing at the time. Imagine your nipples burning so much, speaking of how hard they're burning so much that you thought cutting them off will relieve me of pain. And
because when you're wearing a shirt, and for people that don't wear bras, if you're like your shirt rubs on your nipples, it's really sensitive. So it would have just been even worse. That poor little thing. Yeah. Oh, so did he prefer the hairless chest or?
I think, well, he said he's grown now and he actually doesn't mind the hairy chest, and Cherry Hest represent. What do you like?
Just said Cherry Hest.
Cherry Hest represent. This terrifying video is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. And despite being told this by my mostly beardless face, Manscaped.com is all about your body, your butt, and your balls. You can get 20% off, free shipping, and 2 free gifts when you use the promo code RyanJohn at Manscaped.com. You can get the Performance Package 2.0, which has all this stuff in it. And as modelled by Toni Lodge over here, you can also get the Lawnmower 4.0. Check out Manscaped.com, and if you don't want to get this stuff, you might end up like these people as we hear more harrowing grooming horror stories. Kitely Bodger and how
Yeah,
from
wow.
Canada. Strap yourselves in, folks.
Oh, okay.
Me and my new partner were going on holiday, so I thought I'd get a wax for a bit of a treat. And, if you're going to a beach destination or whatever.
Yeah. And then you don't have to worry about like shaving your legs every day and
exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Right before things got interesting on the first night, because they were a new couple, by the way, so it might have been like their first trip away together.
Oh,
so,
there's nothing like that. Like first, it's a bit of a test, isn't it?
honeymoon period as well, and it's still on.
Yeah. You like can't get your hands off each other.
Can't get your hands off each other. With
What
an
did I
A,
say?
not
Oh,
a
yeah,
U.
can't. You can't.
Right before things got interesting, I thought it'd be a good idea to put some grapefruit oil into my body wash so that I would smell fresh.
What?
Grapefruit oil into the body wash so she would feel and smell fresh for him.
Uh-huh.
Bad idea.
Someone's allergic?
I was screaming as if I was being stabbed to death. The guy comes running into the bathroom and I've got one leg up on the sink, splashing cold water on my unmentionables because it is burning. Apparently, grapefruit oil in the wrong spot, 100% no.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's a great tip. Anybody listening, don't put grapefruit oil on your Johnny John.
The guy asked what happened and I pointed to the grapefruit oil and he claimed, you're overreacting. Surely,
okay, red flag straight away.
Straight away.
I hope they're not together anymore.
Surely it wouldn't have hurt that much.
Oh,
Whatever.
you put it on your fanny then, dickhead.
Well, that's what she said. Maybe not those exact words. Not a big deal, he claimed. Kylie Bodger. Boy, was he wrong. We were both screaming and had to share the sink as we both splashed our own genitals back and forth. Like we had a roster for about 20 minutes straight. I was splashing mine for a minute. Then he's like, no, let me get my leg up there. I need some cold water. And they were both just burning their genitals raw.
Oh my God. I wonder though if there's like strength in numbers. Like if they didn't feel so crazy because they were both feeling the same way.
Yep.
And then neither of them had to feel guilty about not wanting to have sex because they'd both burnt their sex organs off.
Well, I mean, if you're going away on what sounds like a sex holiday and then you just weren't able to because you just sat there with ice on your junk trying to cool yourself down.
But is there something nice about how is
Yeah, we're in this together.
How's that feeling for you? Oh, I'll get the ice pack this time. Maybe it was nice.
Well, Kylie says, lesson learned, and everyone just letting you know, grapefruit oil, not on your bit.
Not a great time.
All right, final one is from Sheeby.
Sheeby, hi.
One time I was manscaping and I didn't have my ball clippers, so we had to use the big hair trimmers. Not as particular, not as accurate, and they're really
so to shave your head with.
Yeah, and they're like a big, thicker shaver.
Yeah, and heavy as well, so you can't really do anything with it. Yeah.
Sheeby says, I'd like everyone to know that specialty ball trimmers, 10 out of 10 recommend, because I don't want anyone to experience what I went through. I did a little nick of the sack, which is not uncommon for men. Everyone's experienced that.
Uh-huh.
Didn't think much of it. When I finished up and looked at the white towel, all I could see was blood. And I'm one of those people that can't see blood, and I passed out instantly, unconscious, fell on the bathroom floor, out for the count. He said he wakes up sometime later, just comes to.
Yeah.
And he's laying naked on the bathroom floor, and because the hot water in the shower's on, he's like, it's like a sauna. The whole thing is steam because the hot water's been going on the whole time.
Oh, my God.
He looks down at his junk. The blood has dried to his scrotum, to his leg, and dripped all the way down to his foot. And again, it is dried and stuck onto him.
Yeah.
So he panics. He calls, or he texts his female friend who is a nurse, and he's sending her photos of his balls. And he's like, I don't know what to do. You're a nurse. Sorry that you have to see this. What should I do? And she goes, you need to go to the hospital immediately. He ends up getting 3 stitches in his sack. And then he said it was itchy for a few days. And he thought, well, I've got stitches. Obviously, it's going to be quite unpleasant.
Yeah.
When he went to the surgery to get it taken care of, he ends up getting a staph infection in the cut where the stitches were in his balls, and he gets a fever for 3 weeks. And anytime he's coughing and sneezing and he's in bed and people are like, what happened? He said, and then he has to tell them the whole story that he cut his balls in the shower and then passed out and fell on the ground.
And then got a staph infection. Of all things, staph infection is cooked. Oh that is, I thought these were going to be like funny and lighthearted, like, but that is actually terrifying. Does that put you off? Are you then like, I don't want to, I'd rather have a hairy area?
They said, specialty ball trimmers,
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Never
Using
leave house
anything,
without it.
house shearers, head cutters. Don't improvise. Use what you have, or just wait till next time.
Yeah, or get maybe a professional to have
Or
a
just
look.
Tarzan it and let it ride.
Yeah, let it go. Let it ride.
Let it go. Let it go. What?
Well, it's a children's film.
Not the right.
Yeah, maybe
Not the right area. Okay.
Nah, but yeah, I just did not think that was going to be so scary.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, we should have saved that for the Halloween episode.